much technical issue with this thing. I swear. Getting a bit weird. There you go. Should work now. One, two, three, four, five,
There
six.
you go. Should
So
work now.
6 seconds. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 seconds.
6 seconds lag. Can you imagine that?
6 seconds left.
Oh my god. This is why it gets very uncomfortable here. Okay. But I'll get the hang of it.
That's why it gets very uncomfortable here. But I'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, pretty much. So much technical issues. Let's see.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um,
So much technical issues. Let's see. Um,
I'll just resend you again if you wanted to join anytime you can.
I'll just resend you again.
I was trying to do it just by the OBS itself without the StreamYard. But for some reason, I have a difficulty in that one. I'll get the hang of it. It's funny because when I go to the live section on YouTube, most of the time there's nobody live or something. I've seen nobody live. Let me see. But now they do have it when it comes to like music. There you go.
Yeah, I've seen everything. You can do like $5 is for people who are not American, people who are single. You have to pay $1 for YouTube. So first question first.
Although I see some people now. Let's see how the other ones are doing. So let's see. Well, they could do pretty good, like making movies and stuff too. Pretty much. I think my speed is a problem. Corded is probably better. Yeah, but I'm just browsing through like some people's live on here that are doing tarot. There's not much of a exposure. I mean, like not a lot of people doing it really. And it seems like they have really less people watching in there, so it's not a lot. Whereas I think there's when it comes to like live stuff, I think there's more on the other side. But this probably, yeah, maybe it's just starting to pick up really. I mean, if you're putting like news and like maybe gaming, seems like there's more to it. Although let's see, because I can do more. Well, seems a little bit. Wow. Let's check out this one. Oh, that's cool. Hmm. Ooh. Doo. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do two. I'm gonna try to go on TikTok also and put it just like last night. Let's see if it works. We're gonna do a green screen. One second. Nope, not this phone. Do, do, do. Let's see. Problem is I can't see further. Sometimes you get headaches from people that you do readings for, and they it seems like, I don't know, you can sense the energy sometimes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Depends really. But most time, if you're feeling really drained, that means it's just to tell you that that's probably not a good thing. Oh, can you switch this over there? Switch the. Can you switch that? Like remove the charger for the PC and put this. This one.
Huh?
No, just put the socket on for the. No, the white one on the back. Here. So put that. So I'm gonna try to put on the TikTok at the same
Oh,
time.
doesn't reach.
No, hold on. It should.
Doesn't
Pull it.
reach. Oh, can you charge my computer?
Yeah, in a bit. Yeah. So we're doing both ways. Yeah. We'll see how this works. What's that? It's too loud. Yeah. Let's move this camera a little bit over there. Okay, we're facing this way. hmm So we'll do both. We'll see how that works. Who's here on the other side? YT. I got the TT also on this side. We'll do both. We'll see how that works. Just cuz, why not? Isabel Rodriguez. Kobe. What do you think about that? Foods, we got two streams on right now, yeah? So if you guys want to catch on YT, play the reader, okay? Should put it. So if you guys want to check it out, you can go in both ways, right? So you can choose which sides you want to go, okay? Right? Isn't that just for the trial? We'll see. So you guys, you can choose any sides you want. You get the same thing. Thank you, Bella. What do you like better? Everything podcast? Where do you like watching better? Based on like I guess the when it comes to what makes you feel like it's much better to watch which one? It's more easier in the eyes for you. Oh, is it both? Yeah. I got two, girl. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We just do two. No, I'm using my phone on this one, of course. But this the other one, I don't want it to. I don't want it to just go off. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also on that side. So you guys can check whichever you guys feel like. So check which one you guys like. I can see both of the comments. Thank you, Jessica. Go check out my channel on YT also. Okay, I'm on right now. The same thing you're seeing here is the same thing you see at the other side. Just giving you some options there to see what do you think's best. Thank you for liking. Yeah, I'm doing so much this week because I have I guess I have time and I think I will be doing some the readings, to be posted soon. So I might do a lot of offline work besides the live. So 8:01 p.m. Yeah, right now, yes, I believe so. Yeah. Look how I made my lips. I didn't know that you can make your lips like bigger and pouty because I usually just uh, draw in whatever. But I was like, let me try to make it like a little bit bigger. So I went above it. I guess it works because I'm not like I don't really know how to put a lot of makeup, but I mean, this time I tried, so I was like, not bad. I think I can make it look bigger, much bigger than this. It's kind of awesome. I hope. Yeah, it looks like I'm. Hopefully, I'm not getting shadow banned right now because you know how it goes. Foods, remember? Because I can see the difference. Whenever I put something like that, it's like they limit the viewers coming in. Yo, so I see the private chat. That's the one, right? So we'll try a little bit. Again, you don't have to do the readings today. You can pretty like yeah. Now they gave me one person. Let's see for Jess. Uh, if you guys wanted Amy, what's up? Yeah, that's a yes for you, Jessica. Yeah, so if you want to join the chat on YT, I can send you the link if anybody wants to do it. Okay, because that one I can send a link and you guys can go in if you want to be there live. Maybe I'll ask some questions on a not so busy day. Oh, I have to do. Oh, my bad. Are you been? You know I have to click that. Are you just in bed?
Can you hear me? Oh, hey, I'm up here.
Yes,
I was
you're.
all the way on a different thing. Let me cut this TV down a little bit.
Yeah, because I was like, does she wants to be on now or what? Because I wasn't sure. But then it says, yeah, I guess I have to click it or something. I thought once you're already there down there, I thought you were already on and you're just waiting to go in. Because I did send you
Yeah,
a private chat, but I don't know if you got that.
I did. I messaged you back in it,
I don't see
but
it.
you
But
have
oh,
to. Yeah, you have to switch it back to private to see what's going on in the private chat because you're probably just looking at the comments that's showing on YT.
oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, you look so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, I gotta put a ton of like foundation and yeah.
Okay, girl. I see you, girl.
Hey, Daniel, what's up? Yeah. Daniel, come join us on YT. Just check it out today. That's the name on the top section. Thank you. So, anyways, how you feeling right now? Are you
I have been recalling and reclaiming my energy and my power. Okay.
so I'm pretty sure I get that because yeah. So again,
Yeah.
one of the question as a reader, of course, do you experience certain does it ever have a time where you're reading for someone, but you can literally feel the energy or like I guess the heaviness sometimes that you come
Oh,
across.
yeah. Yes, definitely. Like I remember the first time I read you, it was lit. I'm talking about lit. Like I can start once I start tapping in, I can feel, you know, like the nature of what's pressing on their heart, or especially when I keep going when I'm in the midst of a read. It's just so
Mhm.
much. I'm feeling how people feel. And sometimes it makes me want to cry. Like
Yeah,
sometimes
have
it
you
just be
ever had
like,
that
"Ugh."
where you
Yeah,
felt like it's like goosebumps, and then you kind of feel like the emotions coming out,
yeah,
and you just don't know why. But I mean, you understand, even if they don't say nothing, right? But you feel it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like a whole, I mean, you literally tapping into that person's energy. And I think people don't realize us as readers. It's draining. It's draining. It can be very draining at times. And then after we come out of reading and close out each session, we have to recharge. So people, yes, we love to give clarity with spiritual advisors. So when people will be, oh, this, oh, that, oh, like give it a moment, wait a minute, because they'll go all across the board and you're still where, you know, let me
Yep.
finish with this and then we can move on to that because it's a process. I look at it like we are private investigators and I love it. I love cracking cases for the people, but I definitely do feel um, I feel it. Like right now, I was telling you about my headache from earlier live. Um, I didn't have my head wrapped, and I normally have my head wrapped. So I wrapped my head. I started praying. I have to cleanse the energy. It's so much, so much. It just looks like we're playing with cards, but baby, it's a whole lot other stuff going on as well. Okay.
Just put it this way, like when I first used to start, you know, reading clients, especially in particular, for example, something you experienced today, I did get that
Mhm.
sometimes, specifically on certain individuals that I know.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, in that case, I think you can literally just have your discernment in that case, and I think you'll see it because it's the same thing for me. I get those times, and but I think after a while you just kind of learn to I what you're feeling, actually that happened, and I had to take a break.
Yeah.
It was that bad that time.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what just came to me while you were saying that because that wasn't the first time today. And when I look back and think it's when the people are vibrating at a low frequency and they're frustrated within themselves. Especially takes us back to the initial question, do we feel? Yes, we feel. So then it's like sometimes if you know what type of energy this person is coming with, sometimes it's okay to decline a reading for your
Yeah,
own, you
of
know what I'm
course.
saying? Because if you're reading a person over and over and there's no change, I mean, when you speak to an intuitive person that's in the line of work that we are in, we're not giving you advice for fun. This is serious business. So when
Yep.
you come back, I hope there was some adjustments. Like one thing is reading the energy and it's the same energy over and over. Now I get if a person has to build to get their stuff up out of it. But with the correct guidance and direction, there should be some type of level of change, especially within the energy when we read that individual again. But when people are vibrating at a low frequency, it takes a toll. So I get it. I think that is something like what you call it, like the armor, put on your armor. If you know what this person type of person energy this person has before you tap into it, respectfully just decline. I mean, but it's not all bad now. Like I said, when I was reading
Yeah.
few other people, I can literally feel when a person is intuitive, when they have a light around them. Even though I'm reading them, they could possibly read their stuff. I can feel their vibrations. I can feel when I'm reading and somebody says like, if somebody's in the now and say, no, no, I can feel their thought process of how they first hear it. They say no. Then when they digest it, they start thinking more. Then they're like, oh shit, wait a minute. I could feel like, yeah, like, you know, their
Yeah.
ups and downs throughout the process because I'm in their energy. That's why when you hear me when I finish, I try to always say, you know, I give you your energy back. Yeah.
Maybe I should say no, but then I'm like, maybe I'm an energy taker because I'm not saying that. I'm like, no, but yours is it's amazing because I could be different. Maybe I'm the one who harness energy. But yeah, of course, it's always good to have a sense of knowing and also like understanding how to, maintain to protect your energy at the same time.
Right.
We have one commenter, Sakura is saying like she said, actually she's listening on TikTok, but if you want to move on the other side, you are free to come in. We are live right now. She said, it's true. She said, I'm guilty of that. I appreciate your honesty on that rather than taking my money and just saying anything.
Who
Yeah.
is that?
Sakura.
Oh, I don't know who
Well,
that is.
well, believe it or not, yeah, because sometimes, not everybody would be honest to like just decline that offer. They'll do it just because you want to, right?
Right. See, that's it. Like people have to be mindful of, you know, who they seek advice from, right? Everybody's not vibrating at a high frequency, a peaceful frequency, um, like just trying to help you see your own light shine, show you that it's within you. There's some people that just want to, oh, okay. They can see all your I'm diagnostic. I'm pressed something on my computer. What did I press? No. They can see what's going on with you and just will let you just keep mm-mm.
Yep.
What did I do? Yeah, I don't press the button on my computer.
What is
Make it
that?
stop.
I feel like
Oh,
there's
let
a
me,
bomb gonna go off or something.
don't say that.
What is that? It's cool though.
I pressed diagnostic, so I meant to press continue because there it goes. It's back. Video reporter. Okay, yeah, it was just doing a test. I pressed the wrong button because my laptop was needing charging, and instead of me pressing continue, once I plugged it in, I slipped and pressed diagnose.
Well,
But it's
first of all,
okay.
I don't know if you feel okay or you have the energy, but to talk about this. But at least if you can give us a very short story how you started this journey
Which
before you
part of the
became a
journey?
reader, and how you started to fill in those blanks and understood your gifts.
Well, first of all, I stopped listening to people because everybody was crazy.
Oh
I
yes, of
stopped.
course.
I stopped listening to people because I remember I'll say stuff like, saying stuff that the feeling that I have. One second.
I think I'm gonna repost this to Facebook so people can watch us right now since we're getting a really good thing here. Yeah. Let's give her a few minutes, okay? While I disappear too in a little bit. I just need to check something. Give me a second here. Let's see if this works because uh, Let's pause it for a while. So we, who else is here? Are you still here?
Yeah,
Podcast.
I'm here. I'm here, but yeah, I just basically stopped listening to people who weren't spiritually exposed because they couldn't help me on my journey. They'll say, "Oh, this is wrong," or "You need to repent," or what? Like what? I'm telling you about a dream. Just the dream just so happened to happen, and now you're scared. I'm just like, yo. Every time I dream, I'm dreaming of something that happened. Why do I know everybody's business? I don't want to know these things. I went through that. It was just a whole different. I went through a lot. Just a long story short, I stopped listening to people who
Mhm.
weren't spiritually exposed, who didn't share the same experience, who couldn't relate to my gifting or things I feel, or you know, and just started trusting my own intuition because I had several things over the years since a young child. I've always been like this. Um, that was just undeniable. I used to spook my friends out in high school. I remember they'll be talking, and it was like a joke. They'll say, "Watch she finish your sentence. Watch she finna finish your sentence." And it's like I would do it, not realizing that I was an empath, right? Because
Yeah.
nobody was spiritualist, nobody was telling me this. I'm just like, why do I feel all everything? And I literally can know what they're getting ready to say, but I would think it was my own thought at that time. But I would be hearing their thoughts. So I
Did
used
you
to
also
spook a lot
felt?
of them out.
Did you also felt like around the time you were younger, like you feel like you're a little bit more ahead of your age? You're in the mindset.
Yeah, I was very quiet. I
You?
was very quiet. I
I would.
didn't. Yeah, yeah, I was very quiet. Shut your mouth, girl. You talking about
I'm like,
you? No.
okay, well,
I
no, that's good.
was.
We're learning something here, something new.
I was very quiet. Um, I could not like say if somebody came around, like I remember like telling my mom or my dad like I don't like them or I just knew something wasn't right about them. You know what I'm saying? And then I used to do so much they started paying attention to me, but I don't know. It was just a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah,
I just knew and felt.
but
Just me
after
playing.
you stopped listening to people, what was like? I mean, after that, how did you think your life is about now? Like, how do you feel about it, and how do
I
you
know
see
thyself. I know thyself. I have an intimate relationship with Most High.
it?
Um, I frequently speak with my team, my angels, and my guides. And now I'm hearing, look at them, I'm hearing, you got a friend in me. Look, they are
Yeah.
true. But that's what it is. When I started, nobody told you to touch anything. I can't play this on YT. Um, Lord Jesus. Yeah.
So you
So
came from
I
a
just
place
speak,
like that? Like they
huh?
tell you, like you said, like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, right?
Well, it's just a knowing, like a strong knowing. And the more that I tapped in with the knowing, and like it would get stronger, stronger. Like till it was irresistible. Like, oh my gosh, wait a minute, somebody's helping me, or something else is going on. How do I know these things? It was like undeniable. And then I remember going through a phase where people began to be frightened. It's like, dang, because when you first started realizing, well, when I first started realizing I had all these gifts and like really stepping into my power, it was like I had diarrhea of the mouth. Anything I heard, anything I know, I'll call, girl, guess what? Now I know you got this going. I seen it. I know it. I can feel it. I would like, you're lying. Because I went through,
Hmm.
remember I told you I was quiet. So I'll just be quiet
Yeah.
and watch people. I don't know they're lying. Then I went through a phase where I was calling everybody out on their BS.
And everybody was surprised for sure, right? Like your family members and everybody else that you know, they were kind of feeling like you're going out of character, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I've been blunt, but it's like before I could know I wouldn't say their line, I'd just be like, this motherfucker lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say it to myself, I will know that. But then I just started calling everybody out. And then like certain things I would know, it's like I have no business of knowing. And then somebody know they did not tell me, we haven't spoken years. I have no connection to, we have no mutual people. How do I know this? You know what I'm saying? And so
Hmm.
another phase that I went through was people, when I said they would be get afraid, right? Because people get freaked out. They think like you're hearing every freaking thing that's in their mind and all this type of shit. And it's like, baby, you is not even that important for me to have my gift on with the volume turned up so loud, trying to hear all your thoughts. Like people just like, but see, another thing is that when they give off that nervous vibe, whether I want to hear it or not, I'm going to hear it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to know.
You
With
know it.
my gift, with
Yeah.
me feeling like my gift is turned off. Like, because, growing, I didn't have boundaries before. And now I have
Mhm.
boundaries. I am a force. Do you hear me? I be
Yeah.
telling, I remember telling people, you're better off my friend than my enemy. I remember. I even stopped saying that. I got quiet, but I've said it so much. Other people know, like, if you don't try her, just leave her alone. Don't try her. And now for a lot of those folks to see me stepping into who I am, my purpose, you know what I'm saying, loud and
Mhm.
proud about it. Seeing
So,
me on YT and the TikTok reading tarot, you know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa. So the same people that talk junk, they want to be clients. It's like, pick a side.
yeah, but
Pick a side.
I do think you're gonna be, you're gonna be up there somewhere, based on what you're trying to get. Because I mean, again, I think there's a reason why we met, but I'll just say this, in a way, you're my spirit animal, in a sense of like, yeah, I do see that
Woo.
you're such a good motivator, that I already
Gratitude.
saw in the very beginning. It's like,
Yes.
fight for your life, do this, make it happen. Like I said, you're
Do
the
you,
Jack Wright of the tarot, okay, in the tarot community. She's
I
she,
love when you
she's
say that.
going to expose everything, and she's also gonna be talking about the truth. And she's a lady who doesn't have nothing to hide. I don't know if you're following
Amen.
Jack, but she seemed like that lady. She's been through a
Yeah,
lot, also.
yeah. I've been watching her. I've been keeping up with her. I'm telling you, like somebody when you said that to me the other day, I'm like, wait a minute, somebody else said that. But when they initially said it, we were like mid convo. We're basically like intuitively talk. I'm intuitively talk, something I do, like, get a reading, or people can just talk to me intuitively because I don't need a card. Cards
Mm.
does enhance, but I was just talking. They was like, you sound like Jaguar, right? I said, what? And they was like, yeah. I'm like, is that a compliment?
It's very much a compliment because I can. A lot of people, I think, would look at her like she. I mean, with the things going on with the news, of course, and she's been talking about it for years, and it's like nobody really listened, but now everything's coming out, and she still have the same story over and over, like nothing has
Right,
changed. And
right,
don't
exactly.
get me wrong, but the way you guys, like the way you put your words and the way you speak, you sound kind of like her. Although I think she is a little bit more. I know you can cuss and you can do those things, right? But of course you're not showing it. But I think with her, she just got to that point where she's been on social media for a long time, and that's kind of been her thing. So you might see her, watch her. You'll see her doing that with no, no problem. But I know you'll do it behind closed doors. You probably sound like her too.
Oh, girl, I cuss like a sailor and I pray like a warrior. I do not play, honey. I do
So
not
one more
play.
question, like, why do you think there's a lot of rise of I just see it. I've noticed also with what's going on. I know there's a lot of problems happening, a lot of issues uprising in the world, but I think personally, why do you think around this time is when you see a lot more people becoming spiritual? I mean, just based on your opinion, like, is it because it's time, or because maybe we are, I mean, maybe internet, because I have my opinions on it.
Um, I do feel like it is definitely time. I think it is time to see things through the 5D instead of the 3D. I know something definitely shift with these recent two moons on September 29th. And does social media does have a play because the information is out there, but also always be wise by where you get your information. Always remember that. But like when you asked me like how was it for me? I didn't have the internet to run to and be like, ah, what does this dream mean? Or what does this mean? I had to teach myself. It took a while for me to run into people that were like me because everybody was so hidden. It was deemed so bad. And it's like, are you freaking crazy? I love God. But people will just point the finger and say you're this, you're that, and don't even know you, you know. But I think that it is time for people to rise up. So that is why this is the 5D. We have to see things through the 5D, 5 dimensional. Like it's just time.
And
It's
yeah,
just
and
time.
and
And
remember that when you say that, not a lot of people actually understand that.
right, right. And a lot of people are stepping into their own power and not giving a damn about you know, how others perceive them because they know this is right or they know this what I'm doing. I'm not hurting anybody. A lot of people get church hurt and run from the church. Okay, but we are all one church, believe it or not. It's
Hmm.
two things, good and bad. Okay? Do good. Love covers a multitude of sin. Every religion out there is telling you to do good. But it's yet they're so divided. So when spirituality, being spiritual, we don't judge. It is what it is. It's so many levels to spirituality and different practices. I don't judge anybody. I
Yeah.
can sit by somebody who do a whole bunch of stuff that I wouldn't do. But that's their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
As long as you're doing things with the right intentions. What? Come on now.
You know, when I was a kid, like, I've always thought of that because I was so caught up into a Catholic, like, I was raised like since I was 5 years old. I've been going to church regularly, almost to a point like it's every day. Um, so I've always been accustomed to, like, little, everything that they would tell us, like certain things, like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. uh, if you tend to, let's say on Lent, Easter Sunday, all that, like, they have certain rules that you can't do. And the more I get older, I kind of start to realize, like, I don't know why, but I'm like, will I be a sinner if I pretty much? Because I think one thing that what made me think is, like, will I be a sinner if I can't follow everything they ask me, but at least if I'm doing something good, like, let's say to another person, just helping them with little things. But, like, if I don't go to church, like, will that make me bad? Right? Because again, they would kind of tell you like that, right? Like, you're not doing your, they call it, what do they call it? But you're not doing your due diligence, if you don't go to church. So I have those things I created. I think until I realized my spirituality, which is just being your authentic self. And I think you vibrate out of love. Most of the things you do, again, with love, with the intention of doing what you think is good morally, and also make, not causing any type of, whether it's pain, damage, or anything that will make the person, basically you're gonna harm the person in so many ways. That's what I remember back then, being young. That's why I went to different religions. I tried everything. So how about you? Like, were you raised as a certain, is there a religion that you actually followed through?
Well, I'm grounded in Christianity. I grew up Christian. I was baptized when I was 8. I was a praise dancer. I was in the choir. I did it all,
Mhm.
but Christianity. And now I am not religious. That makes a lot of my family members sad.
That's
And
true.
then, and then, and then, I am an intuitive tarot reader. Some call me a psychic. I mean, my family, they call me a prophet. I've People tried to ordain me. Few pastors want to ordain me in their church. I just wouldn't. I used to remember. I used to be like, I don't need a title. What's a title gonna do? What's so important about a title? I wouldn't join anybody. I was in a church, but as I grew older and I stopped going to that church that I was baptized in, I would just church hop. I was seeking
Yeah.
God. I read the Bible for myself. I got tired of hearing people tell me what was in the Bible. So I read it for myself. I read it twice to get my own understanding. And oh Lord, as I read that Bible, honey, I remember I would read it and then I would play it on YouTube, like the audio version,
Yeah.
and I played all through the night. I went through a whole thing, but yeah, grounded in Christianity. So that's why when you hear me read tarot, I say Holy Spirit. I say God. I might say the blood of Jesus. I'm not religious. That's I'm grounded in. That would okay. Christianity is not my practice, but I practice Christianity. We want to say it like that.
Yeah. I think
I
you're
love.
going through the, I guess, with the notion of the Christianity, meaning, like, you do apply what you learn from Christianity, right? And what you have read in the Bible through the Christianity, Christian fellowship, or the Bible. Because I don't know, I'm not very sure about all the religions, but one thing for sure I've noticed, like I said, the reason why I finally knew the difference of religion and spirituality, because again, it's as growing up, I don't understand. I said, like, we're both, this person I see, or maybe someone I know, goes to church every day. Supposedly they're very religious, but don't get me wrong, they're the most, I would say, they had the baddest attitude, behavior,
Come
very
on now.
judgmental.
Well,
It was crazy. It was crazy. Like, that's when I'm just like, even, I'm telling you, there's people I know, even right now, right? They have all the sculptures, face of Jesus, the cross, the whole altar of those things. But they have the most baddest. I mean, I'm not even able to tolerate their attitude. They
so
tell me a
so
lot of bad things.
judgmental.
So judgmental. Yeah. So
Right. They don't
that's when
show
I
the
learned.
the love of God.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so excited. I think it was like last week. I went live on TT and I remember I was reading, this girl came in the room and I don't know if she said she was a Leo or whatever. So I started reading Leo. I think she subscribed to my YT. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull a few cards for you. And before that, I was like, before she came in the room, I was like, I feel like somebody's gonna come here and need to move. And that's how she ended up. She was like, oh, that's me. I'm like, well, subscribe to my YouTube. I'll do your read. And as I was reading, she had just went through something very traumatic. And I remember pondering on the Eight of Swords card. And I was like, I feel like, sometimes you have to shed a little blood to break free. And the girl wrote in the chat, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here with blood in my hands right now. When she said that, you remember how you initially asked me, do I feel? I started feeling immediately what she was going through. She wasn't lying and everything. She had just went through it. She started typing and putting the stuff in there. And I read her deeper. I even prayed for her. Okay.
Mm.
Some angelic assistance towards her. And it just, I remember that day I was feeling kind of low in spirit. But when I went on and she came in, it reminded me why I do this. Because sometimes you're like, I'm not reading today. The cards be like, read me. I'm not reading today.
Yep.
But I was so inspired by myself because I showed that young woman the love of God through tarot, the love of Most High through tarot, which people just looks at and shake their head and twist their little ugly finger towards. And that takes me back to what you said about church people and how, they're not living in accordance to, the standard of their religion, what they're supposed to represent. So it's just... is not judgmental. You know what I'm saying? They are the
Yeah.
most judgmental. Most judgmental. No sin is greater or whatever. They do the most stuff and hide behind that. Show who you really are. See, on this side of town where I'm on with this reading, and actually, because I don't, if somebody book a session with me, I don't just read you, I will talk to you. It may be blunt, but I will talk to you and try to, hey,
Give it
go do
straight.
this.
No
Yeah,
chaser. Okay? Straight up.
exactly. On the rocks.
On the
Cause
rock, baby.
listen,
That's the best.
okay, because I would want that for myself if I am seeking guidance from an advisor, a prophet, or anyone with higher knowledge or a connection to source to actually break stuff down. Not just, yeah, here you go, bye, or
So we're
judging.
wondering,
No,
is Vicky, are you at work? Because if anybody wants to join in the chat, I can send you a link and you could join in if you guys want to. Okay. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like, but I think this time I feel like there's a lot more people questioning. I mean everything. I think this is why I think it leads to spirituality, because when you actually question your existence, on top of that is, have I been following the right things? Especially religion, right? By itself, by
it
because
says one word. Go
huh?
ahead.
What she say?
No, I was saying it's just
No, you
one
don't have to be
word.
in camera.
Love.
You can do the same thing like space.
It's just love. One word. The Bible in one word is love and faith. Just one word is love. Do unto others how you would want to be done to you. And you would think that's common sense out here in daily life, but people still want to undercut and do different things. Long as you have pure intentions, you're not trying to cause immediate harm to anybody. You stand in your lane and doing your own thing, trying to vibe higher. Yes. Now, will there come a time where you have to be your own activist in your own situation? You damn skippy it will. And that's when you become a line stepper. But when you become a line stepper, that means somebody has made several offenses. Like they did so many things. Well, to now you probably got to do something. But that's with anything. That's with any way. But
Yep.
definitely stand up for yourself. Ain't saying turn the cheek several times. Yes, don't give something your energy. But when it's time to stand up for yourself, be your own activist if you have to. the righteous way. And when you do have to do something, your team and your angels probably, before you even feel like you got to do it, they might be like, baby, I already handled it. Stay focused. Especially if your relationship is that deep, if you're tapped in to your angels, most high, you know, you think it's just you sitting there? No, it ain't just you sitting there. You think it's just you walking to the refrigerator, to the car? You got a big event. Oh, I wish such and such was there. How you know such and such ain't in the car with you right now? You are
Right.
never alone. You have a
Mhm.
guide.
Just have to have faith and believe, regardless.
Yes, faith. Faith, 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 faith. You probably don't like faith is it. Faith is the answer. Faith in
Faith
it till
and
you make
also
it.
doing things, okay? Because like they said, the fruit is not gonna fall off the tree, if you're not gonna actually try to get it,
Right.
right?
Right. Put some pep in your step. Give God something to work with. Give your team. Look, I tell them all the time, I tell people all the time. I be like, your angels just sitting there waiting for you to tap them in. Because they can't intervene with your free will. But if you're asking, hey, I need you to go talk to this person, angel, and see if we can work something out. Something, come on, it's a whole rule, it's a whole standard, it's a whole level, it's a whole branch on the other side. You didn't just come here on a parachute and God said, go do it. Remember who you are, Simba. Let me
Simple.
mute because I
You're
will
right.
take you up and through that. You know what I'm saying? I love that part of Lion King. Remember who you are. And Simba had
Do
that
you feel
whole
like you have any
moment.
idea, or do you have any? I mean, just like a curiosity. Like, do you feel like you kind of know what your past life was, or I mean, if you even believe in that, but do you feel like you have an idea, or did you ever? And like I said again, if you believe in that,
Yeah, I do, but it's so funny. I don't think I should share.
well, just one word, you know, like let's say, were you
Hi,
a female
Vicky.
or were you a female? It's
Hey,
like,
My
I don't
God.
know. Somewhere down the line, I had to be a very strong man. Somewhere down the line, I just that just is
oh yeah,
just
just come back
okay.
later, Daisy. Yeah,
Oh goodness, too funny.
thank you. Yeah, we're on YT right now, so if you guys wanna check us out, those of you who are on TT,
Oh, you still on TikTok?
yeah, it's
Let me
on.
see if
And
I can pull your TikTok up.
so we got Vicky right now. So Miss
Hi.
Vicky is joining us tonight.
Hey, Bookie.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you? All right. So do you have any question for Vicky K Space before I ask the question? But you can ask also.
Vicky, do you know I just seen you through your picture?
That's
I
my
seen you. I seen you before you laughed. I seen you already smiling when she was asking that question, and then you laughed after.
About that time, yeah.
I'm
9:30.
always laughing.
Um. So, Vicky,
Yes, K Space.
oh gosh, Vicky, I understand that you are a psychic medium. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot it.
Oh my god, yes. I guess if that's what you want to call me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no titles, but you just have some type of superpowers that everybody doesn't have. Is that fair?
Fair enough.
Okay, okay. So I would like to ask you, when was the first time that you was like, oh shit, I hear something. Oh shit, I see something. Like, when was the moment you was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And did you tell anybody and did they believe you or not?
Actually, it was when I was a little kid. I thought I had an imaginary friend. But my aunt, because I guess everybody on like my dad's side of the family, all like the females, they have like they have these gifts. Like my cousin Kylie and my cousin, like on that side of the family, they all have these gifts. So when I was younger, I would talk to people that weren't there. And the only ones that actually believed me were my grandma, my Aunt Sharon, and my Aunt Linda, even though she didn't want to admit it. But yeah. Most people thought I had an imaginary friend, but they weren't imaginary.
So
Okay,
describe what
okay.
you were seeing, like let's the very first time you, I mean, you felt something, right? Or you met, like, what was it like? Was it
I want to say it was like when I was 5 and I thought I was playing with like kids in the neighborhood, like outside of my grandma's house, but there was no kids. It was just me sitting outside playing with these like spirits that weren't there, like the neighborhood spirits. And my aunt just said that I was sitting there like having a good old time. And when I would describe like the kids, my aunt knew who they were because she remembered them from when they were growing up, but they had passed away.
so fast forward now, right? Of course, with all that, I don't think you're like scared of them anymore because, like I already told you, right? I talked to you about this. I'm not really okay with seeing something, right? That's not
You're
something
not.
yeah. So fast forward to that. Is there like how is it like for you? Like, are you able to, like, let's say, if they kind of show up, when I say show up, of course they're not going to show in your face, but like when you feel the energy, or you tend to channel them, right? Is there other ways that you're also able to tell them no, or you do they ask, do you give them permission? Is that how it works, or how does it work?
Generally, like if I'm just like sitting by myself, they leave me alone. But if I've been drinking a little, my guard's down, so they kind of like come and talk to me whenever they want. But generally, I can kind of distinguish between like a real person and the spirit realm because of the way they are translucent, if that makes sense.
So how does that feels like, so when they're, again, spirits, right?
Hmm.
So there's a difference, like, the way you feel them, versus
Sometimes,
like if you're with the you're talking about the physical person and energy, right?
sometimes.
So how do you know when they're just I mean, are you able to figure out if they're like entities, like, just they're not really this spirit, like just walking around, that, like, as they say, versus the one that are just like really dark entities?
The dark entities usually give me like a heebie-jeebie, and I kind of tend to stay away from them. But like normal ones, like they're just like every day, like me and you. To me, they're like me and you. So like if I'm sitting there and we're having a conversation, it's like me, you, and K Space. We're all having a conversation, and then all of a sudden I see like 3 or 4 other people. You guys may not see the 3 other people or 4 other people or whatever, but I can see them clear as day. It's just that they seem a little. Their energy seems a little off to me, if that makes sense. I don't know if
Yeah,
that.
but because
Okay.
when you're telling me this, of course, for me, this is like, again, other than I'm scared of it, right? But I know it's nothing to be scared. You have, explained to me many times. But just imagining, like you said, it's just like having K Space, you and me all together. Uh, I mean, like, how? Okay, so, like, when it's like conversating with them, right? So how is it like? Are they? Is it like it goes through your head, like it's like you're channeling what or you're seeing visions?
It all depends. Sometimes I'll see visions. Sometimes it's like they're sitting right next to me, like I'm having a whole conversation. But I look like, in my mind, like I'm actually having a conversation, like me and you are having a conversation right now. But if like another person sees me sitting there talking to a spirit, they only see me talking to myself,
Wow. Because I
which
don't know.
happens a lot.
Yeah. So in that sense, like, how do you know when they're like trying to connect to you because it seems like they want to tell you something? Like, I don't know, maybe if they're closer to someone or maybe just some random one, but then it looks like they're trying to tell you something. Like, does it comes to in your dreams also, or does it just again with the same thing you're saying? Like it
Um,
just channels.
Sometimes it comes in my dreams. Sometimes if I'm out in public, um, it's like a passing thought, kind of like I'll see something out of the corner of my eye, and then I will have like a thought in my head, like, okay, so I just like I'll be driving down the street, and I will like see somebody that's not there, but I will think that they're there, but nobody else sees that person. Like I will see somebody going into a house or walking down a street. But then if I'm sitting there and like I'm still and I'm just like thinking or um, by myself laying in bed, I get like it seems like it's a movie in my head. They show me things. They show me like places that they've been. Like remember that one time you had that situation on your TT?
Yeah.
And I kept telling you, I kept seeing like a little store, and I can describe in detail that whole store. I can describe where it was at. I can describe what it looked like inside the front of the store, inside the store. I can sometimes see things through other people's eyes, like I'm actually there as that person. So they're trying to show me what happened step by step.
Wow.
Like one time I was texting K-Space. What was it? Like a couple weeks ago, there was a woman and she kept telling me her name. She kept telling me like she passed away like 5 years ago. She was on her way home. She was on, what was it? Like I-181. She was, she ended up getting like hit and like her car rolled into a ditch, but they never found her body. And she kept showing me like various things. Like it was like a step-by-step like movie kind of play in my head.
I remember you telling me that. Did you say her name was Angela? I can't. I remember
Yes.
you telling me that's the name you said.
Yeah, her name was Angela. She died about 5 years ago. She was like young. She had like 2 kids. She was married or something like that.
Oh my gosh! Wait a minute. Nah, wait a minute. Because what were you telling me? Did you say what state did you say? Because now when you say Angela again, I do know an Angela that passed, but I think she had more than 2 kids. But I think she had 2 kids from my sister's kid's father.
But I kept
Was that
saying, is
5
it
years
somebody that
ago?
is, I don't know. She kept coming at me. Like if I close my eyes, sometimes I see faces in my face, like, hey, come on, talk to me. And like, I'm like, I have to tell them. Sometimes I'm like, look, I don't want to talk to you or whatever. But some of them are so persistent. And then they start showing me things. And like that one Angela girl or lady, she kept showing me the I-81 sign. And she kept showing me like Kentucky or Tennessee, like, I don't know if it was like the border, if she lived there or what, but she kept showing me this, she kept showing me the car she was driving. She kept showing me this lonely highway. She kept she kept showing me the picture of her kids, her husband. She showed me the scene of her accident and then what happened during the accident, and then it cut off from there. And like I kept hearing like they never found her body. It was weird. And then like I will sit there and sometimes like if I'm like by myself and like I'll hear different names in my head, or I will see different, if I'm trying to like close my eyes and relax, I will see different faces.
Yeah, it's scary, right? My TT comments here said that is scary.
It's not scary because I've been used to it my whole life. Like I would wake up in the middle of the night, like throughout my whole life, I would wake up with like a little girl at the edge of my bed. She, like when I first moved into the house I'm living at now, I kept seeing this little girl. She was about, I don't know, she was like 5 or 6 years old. She wore this white dress. It had like red flowers on it. She would run around my house. She'd laugh. She had green eyes and brown hair, pale skin. And she would have a good old time. And she would just run through my house. And every morning or whenever I would wake up and like throughout the day, she would be sitting or she would be at the edge of my bed waiting for me to wake up. Like it was like a game to her. And when I went over to my neighbors, because this is when we first moved in, and I went over to my neighbors and asked, they looked at me like I was Delulu. Well, I think it was like a couple months later after we moved in that if you look on a certain part of my driveway, there's little kid handprints that we never noticed when we first moved in, but there's little kid handprints on our driveway. So I think the little girl that I keep seeing used to live here. She never told me her name though. She just likes to play and giggle. And then I kept seeing like a girl that was a teenager. And then there's a guy that lives in this house or used to live in this house because my house used to be built, or my house was built in the 1950s. So, but there's a guy that lives in my house that wears jeans and a cowboy hat. He goes over, I think his room used to be my daughter's room, which is my daughter's room right now. But I think that was his room. I kept seeing him because when we first moved in, you can even ask my cousin Kylie. We first moved in, we kept experiencing like weird things in every doorway and every windowsill. You would see these long 3 lines, like finger lines, like
What?
yeah, like they were trying to peek in, like demons were trying to peek into the room or the windows or whatever. So when I first moved in, of course, nobody else realized it. But when I came in, I kept seeing things. Well, then I kept noticing things. And within like the first week or two, I had to call my ghost hunting team and we ghost hunted my house.
I'm getting scared. That's why. Because they're like, why are you
And
laughing? I'm getting scared. But because like what? Also, Sirius was asking, what is the reason why they are still there and not able to cross over?
because they are sometimes when they die, they're bound to a place that they died at. And I think they were bound here. And we tried to exercise my house. My ghost hunting team came. We set up all the cameras. Kylie was there, and she was there with her girlfriend at the time, not the one that you know, but a different girlfriend. And we set up all the cameras. We sent my daughter away to my mom's house, and it was just me and my ghost hunting team. And we were sitting here, and me and Kylie and her girlfriend at the time were sitting in my living room because of me and Kylie's psychic connection. And my ghost hunting team, Jason and Mallet, sat, in the truck, watching and observing. We set up little parameters throughout my house to make sure, like, we put glow sticks in the air and, like, on the ceilings. So whenever the ghosts wanted to let us know they were in a certain room, they would jiggle it. Well, when we were in the living room, we kept talking, and we never noticed that all the glow sticks were ringing by themselves. Because we were having a good old time. We weren't paying attention. I kept hearing things, and then I kept saying stuff. And, then all of a sudden, the middle room, because there's 3 rooms in this house, 3 bedrooms in this house. Well, the middle room is where we had the most activity. Kylie's girlfriend, Jennifer, went into that middle room, sat in the middle of the room, the door shut on its own. We couldn't get in there for like 10 or 15 minutes. Yes. We had to call Mallet.
I'd be
to
scared,
go.
man.
Oh, we had to call Mallet. Mallet got out of the truck. He came into the house. Kylie was smacking her across the face. Because Jenny was sitting there rocking back and forth. She was speaking in a language none of us understood. Just sitting there rocking back and forth, talking. Mallet had to seriously exercise her. He pulled out his Bible. He's an ordained minister. He pulled out his Bible. He started, doing the exorcism rites. Kylie smacking her, trying to get Jenny to pay attention. She wasn't paying attention to Kylie. She wasn't paying attention to me. The only thing she paid attention to were the words in the Bible that Mallet was saying. Mallet had to get her out of it. And ever since we did that, and then we banished all the spirits in this house that were not meant to be here, like the evil and stuff like that, the ones that did not die in this house, we banished them out of the house. We have not had a problem since.
Yeah, so we have the ones on the chat. I don't know why you guys are on that side. Why don't you come to the other side? Because they can't see your. But if you see the chat here, so they're all like getting scared. They said, "Good thing it's noon here. It's 9 p.m. I guess I'm keeping my feet on the blanket tonight." So this is
You know what?
this is a great story for Halloween too, because we
Dude.
learned something.
The stories that I've actually lived through probably would scare the shit out of people.
Mm. Yeah, because you guys, I'm on YT right now. So if you guys want to see the comments, we can all see, because even Vicky and Kate can see it. And all the time before we, because look, Kate
You're
says
gonna have to repeat the comments.
Look what she put. She said, tap the screen. Girl, we're on the other side. I love it. No, I get confused too. It says, Vicky, please be kind if ever we meet. I would just say, this.
Always kind.
Yeah, she's always kind, but I think if you're with her, be ready that anytime you might experience something, or I don't know.
Like seriously, I go out places. Like I went to, like a couple months ago, I was at the casino and I was drinking, and I went to the ladies' restroom, and this person apparently was not there, kept talking to me. And she kept telling me, hey, I need you to relay a message. I need you to relay a message. There's a woman in here. You have to say this message. So I'm like talking to myself, according to everybody in the bathroom. But I wasn't talking to myself because I seen this person she followed me in the stall, but she wasn't there. And she's telling me I had to relay this message. So when I got out and I went to go wash my hands, the lady that needed to hear the message was 2 sinks over. And I didn't realize the volume I was at. I started screaming at this lady, and she looked so mortified that I'm screaming at her. But I'm screaming at her because I'm telling her that so-and-so is trying to relay this message. And she's looking at me like, okay, you're Delulu or whatever and whatnot. And then when I started giving her specifics, like she's showing me this room, she's showing me this doll, she's showing me, and I was giving her all these like little like tidbits. She started to realize that I was actually telling her the truth. But the whole point is that it just comes randomly if I'm not paying attention or my guard's down when I'm,
When you're, yeah. What? But that's good. Like when your guard's down is when it's high. You feel it the most. Because I don't feel nothing when I, just like when I do my readings. I think I'm better when I'm sober. Although
when
I
I'm
don't know.
sober,
I
I
mean,
can tune it out.
I'm not sure because I do well also actually when I had a little bit of a drink, to be honest. So I think I
Good.
understand that part.
Definitely sober. Definitely sober.
When I'm sober,
I
I just hear things and see things, but not much.
So Lisa is also what she said. She's seen a black shadow with red eyes.
That's
Oh,
a
you
demon.
know about that you know about those, right? You get
Yeah.
those on sleep paralysis too, right?
Those ones, Maggie, I don't remember Maggie.
Maggie,
Yeah, remember my sister-in-law Maggie?
yeah.
She's the one that can see those. I don't really I mean, I can see the dark shadows, but she's the one that can see them and control them. I call her Lilith and reincarnated.
Oh wow. Yeah, because that was the one like when you were doing the stream and there was three of you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, but yeah, I heard I okay, I had sleep paralysis, which is like I felt like there's like five people holding me down, but I've never seen the one with the red eyes. Although I heard a lot of people that there's been people I talked to, and plus looking online, they have the same experience. So that's a demon, right?
Yes. Technically, those are incubuses. Incubus
And what do they do? Like,
or succubus, but it's incubus mainly. An incubus is a demon that, if you look it up, goes to women. You might want to look up the description. I don't think I can say it on YouTube,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. But those is it because like I don't know. I just have this theory. Like I'm not sure. Okay, don't. I to me, I feel like when you have those, I feel like you are doing some bad stuff, and it's like you're about to transition because you are starting to feel guilty or you want to change the things you're doing. That's kind of like I feel like sometimes that's the last attempt for that demon to like keep you in fear and like try to stop you. I mean, I feel like that's what happens also when it comes to those sleep paralysis where you see certain things like that. That's just my take because um when I was being held down, I felt like those were the times where I was trying my best to be clean, in everything. And I
can I ask
remember
a question?
going, yeah, go ahead.
Were you in a low vibration?
Very low vibration. That was, like I said, there was a lot of things that I felt like I needed to change,
Yeah.
but that was the time where um, I was kind of getting to the good vibration because again, I already have the realization, oh, I need to change. So I was starting day by day, but I feel like the more I do it, the more I get these dreams, the more they try to show. And I told you, like, if for some reason I was celibate for quite a while, when I was starting to do that, one of the biggest, sleep paralysis I had, where there was like, first I saw them in my dream. There was five guys, right, walking beside me, and I was just walking. Next thing you know, I was being held down by these people. So I thought they were just people, right? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get, they're gonna do something on me. Next thing you know, when I looked around, they all look like it's almost like a this black creatures, like it's almost like a spawn or something, and they all turned like that, five of them. So that's when I knew. And then that dream happened. Maybe it was testing me every 2 3 months. They keep coming back until one day. Um, I think I was getting closer to like doing good things and just changing a lot of bad habits or whatever. That's when I tell you they were gone. And of course I was getting closer to God much more. And yeah, I mean but the red one, I hear it from a lot of people with the red eyes.
I don't see the red eyes because I generally see good in people in like everyday life. But when me and Kylie used to grow up, there was a little boy that lived in the spirit passed in my aunt's house, which is Kylie's grandma. And when we used to make like our little haunted houses or we used to play in the basement, we would see this little boy. I can describe him. He was at least 10 years old. He had blonde hair. He had green eyes to me. He wore that old it's like like remember those old Kingo hats? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's
Like
not
in
a
the
fedora,
movie?
but
You
it's a
said
little
the
bit.
Kango hats?
Yeah, you know
What?
what I'm talking about?
I
Those
have a
Kango hats.
collection of Kango hats. Those are some nice, cool hats. They're sporty. How do you say spotty? Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's
Sporty.
kind of like a
like
Kango
a
hat,
golf hat or something.
but it was cloth, not like fur or, and he had like the old, like, it was kind of like a suit with, but it wasn't a suit for like a little kid. He had like a vest over like a cream. He had like a tan vest over a cream colored shirt. And then he had these pants, but the socks went over the pants and then these like penny loafers. Like he looked like he came from like the 1920s or 30s. And I kept seeing him as like this little boy. And I thought he was just like one of the neighborhood kids. But Kylie kept saying she kept seeing him with red eyes. I never seen him with the red eyes.
That would be scary.
And
Oh my God.
her sister said that she's seen him with the red eyes. But me and Steven never saw him with the red eyes. We always seen him as the little boy. He looked like a normal little boy. And then when we grew up, but he stayed a little boy. And to this day, if you ask Kylie, that little boy in my aunt's basement, he has green eyes to me, but she'll tell you he has red eyes. She sees something different than I do. So it's all about the perception of the person.
Yeah, because I don't know. To me, it's still like I said, I would never want to experience that. But I would just say, based like I said, based on people I talked to, even when they had the sleep paralysis, it's really scary. They said like it's just they're right in your face, like it's like looking at you, red eyes, red, and it's scary. It's great. I don't know. Wouldn't you be scared? So, for example, Sirius was like, she's asking succubus is to men.
A succubus is a demon that lures men. And the incubus is the male version. If you actually look them up, they're both demons.
There's a
Kind of
sus. There's a sus and in the in and the sus suck and
succubus. Yeah, the succubus is kind of
and
like a black widow spider.
ah
She lures the men in, she mates with them, and then she ends up, where
wow, like
the incubus, he does it while women are sleeping. It turns into what you would when you have those
that's probably it.
wet
That's the one
dreams.
I probably had. Which one? I'm sorry.
If you have like a wet dream, that's usually an incubus.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's been a while for me. And usually I don't know if there's something about even sometimes when you talk about it, it can manifest in the dream. I've noticed about me too. Like when I talk about something, and then I'll see it in the dream, and I'm like, oh, well, that's why I don't look. I'm really scared when it comes to um, like scary movies, stuff like that. Especially when it comes to the unknown, the paranormal. And I think for you, the best, like I said, for you, this is like a second nature.
Hmm.
And I don't know about K Space. Is this a second nature for you? Would that be?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, will that be a second nature for you? Channeling the the spirits.
Do you see them as people, or how do you see them?
Would you take the job for that if they ask you to?
She
I
can
mean,
do
I had, yeah, I can. I can if I wanted to.
it.
She's right about that. But see, Vicky just be having a whole party, honey. I closed the door, honey. I closed the door.
Me too.
I
I'm
don't
like,
think
yeah,
not,
no.
now is not the time I'm critiquing another craft, but I would do it for myself or sometimes in readings. Like if I'm cool with the person, then I would, tap in a little bit with mediumship. But for the most part, my doors are shut for that. That's not something I'm just, yeah, not right now.
Comfortable
Not
with.
right now.
Me too.
Huh?
No.
You're not comfortable with.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be comfortable with it right now. I don't like, but as for me, like I've seen my family, I've seen passed on loved ones, stuff like that. Definitely in dreams. If you ask me, I go to heaven all the time in my dreams. I go to the spirit realm all the time. I travel. I do things. But as far as just, hey, who goes there? Nah, I'm more of, you better get the fuck out. The door is closed. The door is closed. Going on now. Whatever they meant to be here, better go in peace right now. In love and light, in Jesus' name, amen. That's me. Okay. But certain guys, angels, I know they're there. Like one's here right now with me. Like, but they're always here. I know who that is. And if I want to talk to them, I talk to them. If they have a message, they give. But as far as open to the public like that, no way, Frank. Not right now. Not right now. One day, I know I'm gonna be doing a lot of things. I'm be into a lot of things. A lot of people will seek me. A lot of people will drive far to come see me for me to do something or just to speak with me
Mhm.
and gain guidance. I know that, but in steps, um, that's what I told somebody else. Be careful of opening all doors at once. No, that's not something you should be doing because that's when you get the people going nuts. Because they done open this, they done play with that, and this is and that, and they don't know how none of this shit works. You gotta figure it out, right? So yeah,
Hmm.
Bill, I see you saying you're right there with me. Of course, I get it. You feel me? Like, no, moderations. I mean, at one time everything was open. I had to go and lock it with a key, put a deadbolt on it, a chain, and a piece of wood because I opened things and was ignorant to it. So this time around, I come in with authority. I wasn't around people that were spiritually exposed, like I was saying earlier. So it's like now I do things in a certain order, boundaries. But yeah, I could if I wanted to, but nope. Not right now, baby. Vicky. Somebody, you know what? I have a friend. I will reach out to her and see if it's okay. Or give me your contact. I will give it to her. Her name is Vicky, by the way. Vicky, and I have another friend. They're actually my cousins. They love reading Leo. So yeah,
Who like reading Leos?
No one likes reading Leos.
yeah. They Leos. They love you.
No, no, no.
No, I'm staying away. I think I'm good. So, anyways, anything else? So right now, again, yeah. So far, we had such an amazing chat, right?
Hmm.
So, for those people out there, if there's any other question you guys want to ask about, since we have case space, you know, she's a tarot reader, and definitely, of course, her style and my style are two different things. But I tell you what, she is connected to her guides most times, and um, again, you guys should check it out. And also with Vicky here, so she can she can channel. What do you call this? Because again, this is something I don't really still not know. That's why I said we will probably have more chats about this line.
Yes, of course. Because surprisingly, I was in my head like, it's today Friday? Like, this is what we doing? Well,
This is a
alrighty
crash
then. Let's
course.
go.
This is a crash course. What do you guys think? What do you think? It's good, isn't it? Right?
Yeah,
It is. Kind of feel a little on the spot, but I mean,
that's what I'm
Yeah, but
saying.
it
She's like,
wasn't
well,
that
let me.
bad, right? What do you guys think on TT? Yeah. What do you guys think? This is actually just you know
let
something
me ask you
random.
guys
Yeah,
this.
'cause I didn't even make the flyer. Like, well, okay, we'll see. Maybe we'll do something similar again and I'll advertise it so we can get the rooms popping.
Well, we're gonna
Go ahead,
have a
Vicky, sorry.
schedule. First of all, we're gonna have a real schedule that actually works for us and on time schedule, right? That's what we're gonna
Hmm.
do. And then, of course, we're going to plan ahead what we're going to talk about. The more question we get from people, if they want to put it in there, then we can pretty much answer their question. But yeah, of course, we're going to. But again, this is just, what do you guys think? You like it? Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys did good. I mean, there's not even, you guys didn't even prepare for this, but you guys are bringing
Oh
out
my
really amazing content.
gosh. You know what? I can't wait to do it again. I'm gonna be like, so guidance.
Yes, yes. And then you can put
Yeah.
me on spot too.
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah.
can think of like a million questions to put you guys on the spot right now.
Oh no,
No.
that's
No, no,
not
no, no,
today.
no.
We were
Vicky.
kind of she'll tell you.
Vicky.
Space has a little bit of energy surge.
Yes. Is yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens. Anyway, so yeah, that concludes our chit chat today, right? And so anything you guys want to say?
Yeah, sure. You guys don't forget to subscribe to my YT. Okay, check me out at K Space 321. I had to say it like that because somebody's streaming somewhere else too. But
Oh yes, listen.
definitely, definitely, y'all check me out. I'll be posting daily content. Tapping in, and every read feels like I'm cracking the case. I'm either gonna be cracking the case, I'm gonna be your cousin, your auntie, and sometimes maybe your mama. But it's
Ooh.
mother love over here. Okay, so yeah, y'all check me out and check out Vicky as well. Vicky finna pump up her YT as well very, very
Yes.
soon. So we can have more
Uh-uh.
talks and connections like this, and we can go to each other's platforms and speak, and you know, but we're here. Definitely, definitely. And yeah, you can get your read.
Yeah.
Clay, you have a lot of people that has came in and out for a read.
I know, but it's okay. Like We'll see later. I think I have to refund someone's payment because I mean it's 9:30, as we all know, close to 9:30. So we're getting there.
Correction. It's 12:27 for me
Yeah, for you.
a.m.
Oh my God.
She
Yeah,
she's on the other side of the states from us. She's 3 hours behind.
Yeah.
I am. And you guys
Yeah.
have the same time. Yeah. So
Yeah,
and then
so we're really good sports. We're really
yeah,
good
thank
sports.
you. That's why I said we will make a schedule where it's not too much, where you guys stay up that late, and it'll be maybe for me it's better when there's gonna be kids are at school, but I don't know. I feel like with me at night, I do crave John May's stream.
Do you know when you before you said that you was like, I think it's better for me at night or something you were just saying. You know what I heard? The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at
Mhm.
night. Oh my
Yeah,
No,
and that's
I
why
felt like
he's
she was
so
trying to
sad.
say she felt
Like,
safer in the daytime.
yeah, yeah. I feel like I got used to that one time where he was doing it late until I fall asleep. It was like happy to hear. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna conclude that, and thank you so much, guys, for coming, and yeah, we'll do some more.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, K Space. See you guys
Yes, gratitude,
again.
gratitude. Blessings, may
Gratitude.
blessings follow y'all wherever y'all go, okay? Just blessings on
The
top of
drag right
blessings.
of Tarot, man. I swear, whenever you talk, I feel like you're raising my vibration. Let's do it.
Period. 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 Your cup of coffee. Yo, shot of tequila, honey. Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you
Yes,
guys
ma'am.
again.
Okay.